with ABHIMANYU Mishra and Luka Budisavljevic. And ABHIMANYU Mishra's rating is 24.92 and Budisavljevic his rating is 24.46. ABHIMANYU is playing white and Luka is playing black. D4, knight f6. D4 is a book move. Many good openings start with D4, no matter how black responds. Knight f6. Knight f6 is also a book move, controlling the center with an active knight. C4, a solid second move that controls the center and leaves space for the knight to develop. A6. A6 is a very good move. It follows a established opening theory played by top players to control white's important square b5. Knight c3. Knight c3 is a book move. The knight is developed and attacks the center. c5. c5 is a good move. If white takes the c5 pawn, after e the pawn falls. The idea is to strike at the center as early as possible. D into c5. D into c5 is a good move. At present it is a free pawn. E6. E6, black immediately attacks the pawn and it is also developed. E4. E4 is a very good move. White grabs the center and opens line for the future development of bishop. Queen e7. Queen e7 is a dubious move. Better is queen a5 and it pins the defender of the pawn. f4. Mishra continues to control the center and gain influence in restricts counterplay. Bishop into c5. Now black takes the free pawn. e5. e5 is a very good move, forcing the knight to move away from a top square. This is the only good move that kicks the knight out. Knight e4. Knight e4 is a dubious move. White had a slight advantage. Now it is, because of this bad move, it is thrown off. So the game is now equal. b5. b5 is an excellent move attacking the center. c into b5. c into b5 is a good move. a into b5. The best option was to develop the bishop and attack the center instead of a into b5. Knight f3. Knight f3 is a dubious move. Here knight e2 is the best move as shown in the figure. Knight h6. It is a mistake. Playing the same piece again slows down the progress in the opening. Knight into c5. Knight into c5 is a waste move. Now white lost all the advantages he had when the knight was in c3. Queen into c5. A straightforward recapture. Queen d4, offering the exchange. Queen c7. Queen c7 is a mistake. Better is queen c6. Bishop d3. Bishop d3 is a dubious move. Better to exchange of the queens. Rook into a2. This will win a pawn with the correct play. Now white cannot play rook into rook. After that, rook into bishop check will pick up the other rook. Rook b1. Better way is to recapture the rook. Bishop b7. Bishop move to a very active square, increasing the influence in the center. Now Mishra castles. We all know that castling moves the king to safety and at the same time it develops the rook. Rook a4. Rook a4 is the dubious move. Better is to castle and move the king to safety. Queen f2. Queen f2 is a good move. It moved the king to safety and white has chances of attacking on the king side. Bishop into f3. This is an equal trade. Queen into f3. Knight c6. The best option was to centralize the other knight as shown in the figure. Now it gives an opportunity to white to kick the rook. b3 is played. Mishra played the very correct move. Rook a2. Rook a2 is a first move because the rook is moved to the safety and attacks the second rank. King h1. First move is to connect the rooks as shown. b4. b4 is a miss. Better move is knight f5. Queen e4. Queen e4 is a very good move. Now black cannot castle immediately because of the threat. Knight g4. Knight g4 is played. There is knight f5. Rook b2. Best is to kick the knight. Rook a1. This gives some counterplay to black. h3. Now the knight is kicked off. Knight h6. Knight move to safety and he has no other alternative. Rook c2. Instead of rook c2, queen c4 is best and that pins the knight. Knight f5. Knight f5 is a great move. At last black moved the knight to a powerful square and it returns the queen by a fork. King h2. King h2 is a good move. This prevents black from winning the queen by the fork. Queen a7. Queen a7 is a good move. It supports the rook and it is a great square because of more activity. g4. This threatens tactically to win a rook. Knight f d4. Better to move the knight to safety, that is to e7. Bishop e3. Bishop e3 to kick the knight away, and as well as now the rook is attacked. Rook a2. Rook a2 is the blunder. This leads to losing the knight. Rook f2. This is an excellent move. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble which will win the knight. Rook into c2. This is an inaccuracy and you will be losing your rook. Knight into bishop cannot be played because of the pin. King e7. King e7 is a blunder and this loses the knight. Rook d2. This loses the knight. White finds the knight winning tactic with the seconds to spare in time control. Rook c8. Bishop d1. This clearly wins the knight now. Queen c5. It's a strong reply. It is a strong reply. Bishop into d4. Bishop into d4. Queen c1. Bishop e3. Bishop e3 supports the rook and the rook supports the bishop. Queen c3. Black's pieces moves to a better square with more control. Queen d3. Queen d3 is a excellent move. Return to force the eventual checkmate. Knight a5. Queen into d7. Queen into d7 is a very good move. This will win the rook with the correct play. King f8. Queen d6 check. King e8. Moves away from the checking queen. Queen d7 check. Nice tactics found by white. Queen f8. Queen d3. Queen c6. Rook c2. Rook c2 is a very good move, or white can easily play queen into h7 as shown in the figure. Therefore black resigns. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Please subscribe so that you can see many more beautiful games of these champions. Thanks for watching once again.